Namaste everybody, welcome to today's practice. I wanted to just get straight into it and start by closing down the eyes and connecting to the breath. So just make sure you are sitting comfortably with your hips nice and above your knees and close down the eyes. You can have your palms facing up on the lap or on the knees if you want to perhaps receive some energy from the universe. If you're feeling to ground down, then place the palms facing downwards on the knees or on the lap. Otherwise, just closing down the eyes and tracing the breath in and out through the nostrils here. Extending on the exhale. Feel your belly rising, chest rising, shoulders rising perhaps, shoulders falling, chest falling, belly falling as you exhale here. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any points of tension in your body. Maybe take a deep inhale to those parts of the body, and as you exhale, release and let go, coming into this present moment and allowing the next few moments for yourself and for your practice. Not worrying about what you're doing for the rest of the day or anything that has passed. Just here and now, connecting within. And let go of the breath now and just stay here in quiet and in stillness for a few moments. All right, slowly blinking open the eyes now and bring your hands to your heart center. Take a big roll back with the shoulders back and away from the ears. Thumbs pushing firmly into your sternum here. So creating a little bit of resistance with the palms together. Pointing the thumbs into the chest. Open the heart slightly. And just close down the eyes one more time. And we'll open today's practice by chanting a single Om together. Inhaling through the nose. First exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling for Om. Feeling the vibration of the primordial sound Om vibrate through the body, reminding you of presence, of connection. And setting an intention here for the rest of this practice, if you like. An intention perhaps to stay present, to stay with the breath, to focus on opening your heart. You don't have to set an intention, but sometimes it's nice. Start rubbing the palms together here. And keeping your eyes closed creates some energy and some heat in the body. And when you're ready, moving your palms to those parts of the body, perhaps where you're feeling a little bit of tight, or over the eyes if you're feeling a little bit tired, and send some love and energy to that part of the body now. You can move down the body if you like as well. And then blinking open the eyes again. Really nice to connect to the breath and connect within and start from a place of stillness in our practice. Specifically if it is the afternoon actually as well, I really like to start in Shavasana. I really encourage everyone to start with a little bit of meditation, a little bit of pranayama, and a little bit of asana movement. So perhaps I will share a whole practice coming up. I would like to share a longer one again. So longer practices allow us to incorporate all those different aspects, modalities of yoga that we are blessed to practice on the daily. Wow. All right, so let's start moving the body now. Let's open up the shoulders wide, open the chest, open the heart, and then on an exhale, round away, round the spine, reaching forward, tucking that belly in. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, pressing away, rounding the spine. So similar to a cat-cow here, but just in the upper body. Inhaling, open. Exhale, release. You can move slowly with a little bit of resistance. As if you're moving through a thick honey, like this. Really feel all the micro movements and muscles in the arms when you're doing this. One more time. And release. Let's do some shoulder circles with the shoulders. So you can start rotating backwards or forwards. Keeping the core engaged here. Keep the spine nice and straight. So trying to still keep awareness in every part of the body. Rotating the other way now. The birds are chirping here. I'm still in lockdown in New Zealand, in the same place. I'm supposed to have gone to Australia in August, but alas, here I am, letting go of the arms now. Give them a shake, anything you like. And then we're going to come over into tabletop. So bringing the shoulders over the wrists, make sure your palms and fingertips are nice and widely spread. You can have your feet tucked under or your toes out. It just really depends on you. And just start moving the spine, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. And then the same again, exhale, pressing away from the ground, pressing into the tops of the feet and rounding the upper spine. You can close down the eyes here if you like. And when you're ready, start creating a little bit of movements, maybe moving the hips side to side, creating circles with the hips, coming back and forward. Move into any part of the body you feel needs that little bit of extra love and movement. Sometimes, like me today, my hips are quite tight, so it feels really nice. All right, we're going to find a little bit of stillness again, then do tuck your toes under. We're going to come up to a little bit of a toe balance. So usually, if you like, you're more than welcome to just stay here on the knees, but you can also come with me and just rock yourself up into a little balancing position as well. You can bring your hands to your heart center if you like. Engaging the core again, try lengthening the back of the neck here as well. Keeping those thighs and knees together here. Relaxing the face. Waking up the body. If you like, you can create a few circles with the arms reaching up and coming back through heart center for 1, reaching up for 2, 1 more time, inhale, reaching up, exhaling through heart center for 3. Wherever you are, let's stay here for 1 more breath. Exhale, release, coming back down onto the knees and tucking the toes. And just pitter-patter out the feet here. We're going to come straight back up into downward facing dog. So again, your fingers are nicely spread wide, really pressing into the underneath of the knuckles. Inhale, exhale, pressing up and back into downward facing dog. Making sure your knees are just bent here for the moment. No need to straighten the legs, no need to put the heels onto the ground. So you can just pedal out the feet here in downward facing dog. You can move your heels side to side. And whatever feels good for you. Trying to bring those elbow creases forward, shoulders away from the ears. Belly tucked in, tucking your ribs in as well and pulling that tailbone up towards the sky. Then finding a little bit of stillness here. Come back to the breath. Big inhale and long exhale. From here, we're going to create some waves with the spine, just as we did at the beginning of our practice with the upper body and in tabletop. So we're going to bend the knees quite a lot. Inhale, and then exhale, round the upper spine, moving forward, almost into a plank position. And then from here, bending the knees and calming back. So inhale, coming back, and exhale, rounding forward. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, rounding forward. Staying with the breath here. Inhale. Core engaged, glutes engaged. Exhale, back. You can do it as fast or as slow as you like. One more time. And then your last exhale, calming back, knees wide, untuck the toes down into child's pose. Maybe your forehead touches the ground. Maybe your forehead comes onto the palms. Maybe the arms come behind the back. We won't stay here for too long. Lifting the forehead up now, looking up to the hands. Slowly again with resistance, rolling. Slowly, back into tabletop. Tuck the toes under and up again into downward facing dog. Finding a little bit of stillness here again. You don't have to have the legs straight. We're focusing on lengthening the spine. So if you like, you can even bend your knees a lot. Keep that spine nice and straight. And from here, bring the left foot into the center of the mat and inhale. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, bringing the right knee to the right elbow. Staying here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale, pressing back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, release. We'll do the same on the other side. So bringing the right foot into the center of the mat. Inhale. Left leg reaches up, squaring off the hips here. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, pressing back. And release. So it's just strengthening the shoulders a little bit here. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. See what it feels like to lift your toes off the ground if it's possible. It just gives you an idea of where you kind of want that weight balanced in the body. Inhale here. Then exhale, we're just going to slowly walk to the top of the mat. No hurry. Taking about 4 or 6 steps all the way to the top of the mat. And we'll meet in a ragdoll. So landing about a foot away from the top of the mat. Let the weight fall out the top of the head. You can bring arms to either elbow, or you can bring palms to the ground, whatever feels good for you. You can rock side to side, maybe nod your head no and yes. You can pulse your body up and down. And then from here, we're just going to slowly roll up. Taking your time, rolling the spine, opening the heart, head and neck lifts, and then dropping the palms down to the side. We're going to relax the face here. You can close down the eyes if you like. Palms facing forward, open. Checking in again, so make sure you're not clenching the mat with your feet. Your core is engaged. Your heart is open. Softening the skin in between the forehead. Coming back to your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. Gentle reminder to yourself to honor it. And bringing your hands again now to heart center, opening the eyes if you like. We're going to inhale, bend the knees a little bit, reach up towards the sky or ceiling, arching the back slightly. Exhale, hinging from the hips, diving forward. Coming into a forward fold here. You want to reach your glutes up towards the ceiling, so focusing on keeping your spine again nice and straight. Palms can be on your shin or on the mat, wherever they land. Inhale, straightening the spine. And then exhale, palms coming down to the mat. We're going to step the right foot back. Dropping the knee down. Heel toe your left heel out to the left side of the mat. We're going to come into a lizard here. So you can pick up the back foot, you can pick up the back knee if you like. Focusing on opening the heart here, lengthening the spine. If you need to, you can come up on a block, or you can stay on the fingertips, whatever feels good for you. You can also just keep the knee down. But otherwise, we'll just stay here for a couple of breaths. Breathing into those hip flexors. You can rock back and forward here if you like. Inhale, and then exhale. We're going to drop the knee down, so keeping the knee down now. Opening up to the left, so bringing your left palm onto the left thigh and just giving it a gentle push here and focusing on opening the chest. You can look backwards, making sure you're not straining the neck. Staying with the breath. And if you like, from here you can also bend that back knee, grabbing onto the outside of the back foot, and again opening that chest, pulling that foot into the glutes. So you can really feel it on your quadriceps here. This is one of my favorite stretches. I love to stretch the quads. It obviously doesn't have to come so far back. You can just pull on it slightly. If you have a scarf or anything you like at home, you can wrap it around your foot and hold on to that as well. It's really handy. A yoga strap is obviously amazing, but even I do not have a yoga mat strap at this time. So wherever you are, softening the face again here. Make sure you're also not dropping too much into that right elbow. So keeping integrity here, pressing away from the ground. One more inhale. Exhale. Letting go with the back foot slowly. Left palm comes back down here. Heel toe, back through center. And then from here, we're going to come up into a high lunge. So on an inhale, bringing your knee up and rising all the way up. Coming into Anjaneyasana. Keeping your hips squared here. Just stay with the breath. Cactusing the arms if you like. Inhale, exhale, palms reaching forward and down, and take a big step up. Right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms reaching up, arching the back slightly. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to go straight over to the other side now, so bending the knees slightly on an inhale, reaching up. Slight arching of the back, exhale, forward fold. In this moment, if you like, you can actually bring the hands behind you, grab onto either elbow or onto the wrists, really tuck that belly into the thighs, bending the knees here, inhale and exhale. Try straightening the legs here and lengthening them just slightly while your belly is really touching your thighs, and they might not straighten fully, but it will give you a really good idea of the forward fold and what that should really feel like rather than look like. We want to focus on sensation. Reaching the outer glutes up towards the sky. One more inhale here. Exhale, release. Palms coming to the mat. Take a big step back, this time with the left foot. Heel toe, the right foot out to the right side of the mat. Coming into lizard. You can keep the heel off the ground or stay down on the knee. It can be on the fingertips. Wherever you are, really try focus on opening the chest. So we don't want to dump down so much, but keep the integrity and strength here in the upper body as well. And just taking some big, deep, loving breaths into the hips. Into the right hip flexor, into the left hip flexor. Maybe moving forward and back slightly or side to side, whatever feels good for you. One more inhale. Exhale this time, dropping the left knee down. Opening up to the right. So right hand comes onto the right thigh. Inhale. Just twisting open slightly, using that right hand for a little bit of resistance as you open the chest. Inhale. Exhale. If you like, bending that left knee, opening up a little bit more, grabbing onto the outside of the foot, pulling that into the body whilst you're turning a little bit more and opening that chest. Keeping the face relaxed. Staying with the breath here. Inhale. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly releasing. Palm coming all the way back now. Heel toe, that right foot back to the center of the mat. Inhale, lifting the left knee and rising all the way up, coming into a high lunge. Focus here on pulling your right hip crease back, left coming forward. Staying with the breath. Shoulders away from the ears, not clenching into the mat with your toes. One more inhale here. Exhale, arms coming forward and down. Taking a big step up. Left foot meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, rolling up. Reaching up with the fingertips, gaze follows. Opening the heart and exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we are just going to come all the way down, slowly, slowly, to a seated position. Taking your time, no fancy transition. Then we're going to come into a seated, wide-legged forward fold. So opening the knees and the legs as wide as you like, but as wide as is what's comfortable mostly. We're not focusing on opening the legs as wide as you can to a point where it feels too much resistance, but whatever's comfortable for you. So then just bring out the glutes slightly. It really helps to actually bring them out with your hands. Toes should be pointing towards the body, engaging the core, lengthening the spine. Inhale, reaching up here. Gaze follows, so looking up. And then as you exhale, just going to reach forward. Keep continuing to focus on reaching forward. And then just bringing the palms down wherever they land. The grass is a little bit wet for me today. So you can be reaching out really actively and opening the chest, or just letting the palms land wherever they like. See really how your body is feeling today and what it's asking for, and it does change every single day as well. So you can come down onto the palms if that's comfortable for you. You can be up on a block, grab a cushion, anything you like to make you feel a little bit comfy here. And just staying with the breath here, big inhales and long exhales. You could take an inhale again and open up, lengthen the spine, lifting up, and exhale down a little bit more. If you're feeling any tension or resistance in your knees, that is when you want to come out a little bit, because we really don't want to feel it in the knees, but rather the hips and the thighs. And we certainly want a nice straight spine and open chest. So I really like to close my eyes when I'm practicing and feel into what my body is feeling like rather than what it looks like. All our bodies are so different. All right, so we'll take one more inhale here. Exhale out the mouth. Slowly coming back up onto the fingertips and walking the body up. Closing the legs now. Rather than just closing them quickly, we're going to grab onto the inside of the thigh, the right thigh. Grab onto that and bring that right heel into the center. And then grab onto the left, bring that left heel into center, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And just moving the legs up and down, focusing on opening from the hips here. So just don't worry about the knees, just worrying about the hips. Having that awareness in your hips rather, and the knees just kind of come along for the ride. Inhale, exhale, coming back to the breath. Then finding a little bit of stillness. See what it feels like to inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. So there's two different ways you can do this. You can inhale and fold forward with a straight spine, as we did previously in the wide-legged forward fold, or you can come at it from a different perspective and round the spine. But we're either doing one or the other. We're not trying to straighten and rounding. We're not rounding and going too far forward. If you're rounding forward, focus on rounding forward. If you're opening up and straightening the spine, lengthening the spine, then focus on that. But otherwise, wherever you are, you want the heels open as if you were reading a book. You can even use your elbows to press into the thighs as you go forward. Another variation is to bring either hand underneath the lower legs and rounding forward from there. Wherever you are, staying here for a few breaths. Taking big belly breaths here. Don't be afraid to take up space. Staying with the breath as you inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. Wherever you are, exhale, slowly releasing. You can bring the palms slightly behind your back, bring the heels onto the mat, and then just windshield wiper your knees side to side. Feels really good. And then when you're ready, let's go down onto our backs now. So we're just going to come into a final twist and then a little Shavasana. So, bringing both of the shoulders evenly onto the mat. Inhale. Lift the hips up and move them slightly over to the right. And we're going to inhale and bring the right knee over top of the left. And exhale. Just letting the knees fall over to the left. Keeping both the shoulders on the ground here. Staying with the breath. Nice big belly breaths. It's really good for us when we are in a twisted position. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing, coming back through center. This time, inhale and lifting the hips over to the left. Another inhale, bringing the left knee over top of the right. Exhale, letting the knees falling over to the right. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. You can use that palm to create a little bit of resistance onto the left leg. Deep belly breath. Feel the belly rising and falling here as you inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, release. So you can go ahead and do any last movements you feel like is necessary for your body today. In this moment, you can bring the knees in and roll side to side. You can come into happy baby, grabbing the outsides of the feet from the insides of the knees and rolling side to side. Maybe keeping the legs up in waterfall is also a lovely way to end the practice. It's not often our feet are above our bodies, so you can really feel all the energy coming through the body when this is happening. It's so nice. We'll stay here wherever you are for a few more breaths. Remembering once more your intention that you set for the practice. Maybe take a moment to see how can you bring that intention not only on your mat but off your mat into the rest of the day, into the rest of your week. And when you're ready, we'll meet in Shavasana. Finding stillness now on your mat, palms facing up. Let the toes fall out, maybe lifting up each shoulder and placing it evenly onto the mat again. And again, start tracing the breath in and out. Feel the belly rise, chest rise, shoulders rise. Shoulders falling, chest falling, belly falling with every inhale and exhale. Notice any parts of the body that you were feeling a little bit of resistance in at the start of the practice, and then notice how they were feeling and notice how they're feeling now. Noticing the energy and prana moving through your body as you integrate and rest here in the stillness. We'll stay here for a few more moments, enjoying the quiet, letting go of the breath. So you can stay here if you like, but otherwise I'm going to begin to wiggle the fingertips and wiggle the toes, finding a little bit of movement slowly in the body again. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, bring the ankles and toes together and reach them forward as you inhale, stretch. Biggest stretch you've done all day. Good morning. Hello body. Hello world. Exhale. Release. Tuck the toes into the chest. Roll side to side. Massaging the lower back. Then coming over onto the left side now. Stay here for a moment. And we're still in no hurry here, savouring the practice, savouring the stillness. And slowly calming up, keeping the eyes closed if you can, trusting that wherever you end up is where you're supposed to be. Otherwise, we're going to close down the eyes and connect to the breath one last time. So hands coming to your heart center in Anjali Mudra, creating that resistance, so really pressing firmly into the palms and into the sternum. Inhale, opening the arms, rising up overhead, keeping the eyes closed for 1. Exhaling, hands coming through heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhaling through heart center for 2. 1 more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up today. It's definitely the hardest part sometimes is just arriving on our mats, but in my humble opinion, you never regret it. And bring your hands to your third eye and give thanks to the teachers of yoga, to the teachings of yoga, and how blessed we are to practice here together today. Namaste. And thank you for joining me. I feel really grateful to be a part of your practice and grateful to share this with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a rest of your week, and I shall see you soon on your mat. Lots of love. Om Namah Shivaya.